Isn't it crazy how much can change in less than a week in the NBA? On the 18th of April, the Sacramento Kings recorded a 114-106 win over the Golden State Warriors, which included some controversy.
So he grabs Draymond's leg right there. Now Draymond steps on him.
Were you surprised Dre was suspended?
I was not surprised at all, but incredibly disappointed. I'm disgusted with the NBA this morning. I'm sick and tired of everybody acting like this is just another game.
And it also included some hot takes.
Would you agree with me on that?
I think he's the best one in the series.
6 days later, and the Golden State Warriors did what they always do. They won at home. But did you really think anything different was going to happen? Did everyone just forget who the Golden State Warriors have?
Curry pulls up from three and rings it up against Barnes. Steph pulls. Got it! Mitchell on Curry. Slammed on the brakes. Oh my goodness! Curry!
Wait, hold up. Did Steph Curry really just do that? Let's rewind this for a second. Steph brings the ball up the floor. He dribbles around one defender. Mitchell stays attached. He crosses over, steps back, and thinks he's hit, but he isn't, yet he still somehow makes the shot whilst falling backwards and shooting from his hip. And it's plays like this which have encapsulated Steph's career and Steph in these playoffs. With the Warriors down 0-2 for the first time in his career, he carried the Dubs to back-to-back wins, averaging 34 points in the 2 must-win games, and the scoring or assist numbers still don't do his impact justice. If you want an idea of Steph's impact, Loon runs a handoff with Wiggs. Keep in mind, Davion Mitchell is face guarding Steph at this point and was doing so all game long. Steph shakes him for a Dre handoff, and would you look at that? Both defenders collapse on Curry, leaving Dre with a wide open dunk. On this play, Dante gives the ball to Dre. Once again, it looks as though the Dubs are about to run a handoff, and this forces Sabonis to slide over. Worried about both the handoff and the backdoor cut, Dre then gives it back to Dante before slipping the screen. And with Sabonis out of position, plus Davion's back facing the ball, Dre has yet another wide open lane. Steph did not even touch the ball on either of these plays, and he created wide open layups. Wide open! And don't get me started on how hard he has to work to get the shots he gets. Here are some examples of where Davion Mitchell is guarding him. And it's not just when he has the ball in his hands either. Mitchell wasn't even looking at any other Warriors player on the floor. Just look at this. Every Kings player has one eye on the ball except Mitchell, who is worried only about Stephen Curry. Despite this, the Sacramento Kings still have zero answers for the greatest point guard ever. And this is why I was laughing at people claiming the Warriors were done. Not only do you have a top 5 player of all time, but the Warriors have a record of 35-8 at home this year, and they have now won 13 of their last 14 games in the playoffs since last year at Chase Center. And let's not forget, the Warriors still play the most beautiful basketball in the league. Steph Curry has the ball up top. Dre comes to set a screen. Steph kicks it to Paul instead. Paul then drives and kicks it to Dante. Dante then drives, collapses the defense, and kicks it back to Paul.
More to Clay for three. Got it! At the buzzer!
And this play right here summed up the Warriors' dominant third quarter. Trailing 65-69 at the half, the Dubs put up nearly 40 points in the third, outscoring the Kings by 14. And there's one particular stat that is very important. Do you see this stat right here? The Warriors only recorded 2 turnovers in the third quarter, and that has been a major difference for them these last 2 games. Just to put things into perspective, the Warriors had 20 turnovers in Game 2 alone. They've had 21 in Games 3 and 4 combined. And this makes all the difference, because over the first 4 games of the series, the Dubs have been more efficient in every single game. Despite what people say about them being old and slow and the Kings being the greatest offense ever, the only reason the Warriors aren't up 3-1 is because of the uncharacteristic mistakes that they've made. But if the Dubs can stay out of their own way, well, it's safe to say Sacramento will be hearing this.
You should have killed me when you had the chance!
However, I want to ask you guys a question. How many players in NBA history can put up this stat line, yes, 3 of 14 from the field, and still have a major impact on the game? Well, one of those players is Draymond Green, because don't be fooled by the box score, he was at his brilliant best defensively. I want to show you 2 plays. On this first play, there's 5 minutes left in the game with the Warriors up 1. Andrew Wiggins is down behind play, so the Kings have a 5-on-4. Fox kicks it to Murray, who kicks it to a rolling Sabonis. And let me pause right here. Draymond is in a 1-on-2 situation. Sabonis just has to find the man under the rim, but the moment he puts the ball on the floor, Draymond strips him before then tapping it further away, and Wiggins is there to recover it from out of nowhere, making an equally impressive defensive play. And then on this play, there are less than 2 minutes left in the game with only 1 score separating the teams. Draymond is guarding Sabonis. Barnes makes a dart to the rim, which Dre slides over to contest before then getting back from out of bounds and blocking the next shot. And if you watch this again, there's one other player that pops up to make a play on this possession. Yes, Andrew Wiggins again. And if you thought Draymond Green was the only one making clutch defensive plays, think again, because not only did Wiggs have another good scoring night, but 4 blocks and 2 steals, which included this play. 3 minutes left in the game, the Warriors were up by 5. Right here, Wiggins is isolated against De'Aaron Fox, who many consider to be the quickest and shiftiest player in the NBA. Fox hits him with a crossover before getting to his spot, but Wiggs is able to rise up and time the jump perfectly to meet him at the apex. But he's not done. He then gets his hand in the passing lanes on the next drive before contesting Fox's shot at the rim, and the Dubs get the eventual stop, all because of his defensive brilliance. I said it before, but Andrew Wiggins deserves all the credit in the world. After missing 2 months with a serious personal issue, he's come back after playing 0 basketball. People questioned how he would fare in the playoffs. Well, he's averaging 20 points, 6 boards, and over 2 blocks a game. And it's this exact reason you can never count out the Golden State Warriors. Not only can Klay and Steph make ridiculous shots like these in the clutch, but Wiggs and Dre are absolute defensive monsters when it matters most. And the Kings found that out the hard way. But you know who else deserves some love? This guy. How quick everyone is to forget. In just his first playoff run, Jordan Poole averaged 17 and 4 on nearly 50, 40, 90, being a huge reason the Dubs won the chip. And then after struggling for 2 games with what Klay Thompson described as playing with only 1 foot, JP came back in game 4 and dropped an efficient 22 and 4. And don't get it confused, the Warriors need this from Poole, otherwise they will not win another championship, because even though Steph Curry is a superhuman, a 35-year-old cannot play 43 minutes a night being guarded like this for 4 series straight. The Warriors need to get that man some rest, and Poole is the only way that can happen. With that being said, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more. Have a great day. Bye.